Welcome to the 2026 SWS International Finals. On the legendary karting circuit of Le Mans. The ultimate battle.
So we are back on the pre-grid for the last race during the super heat. We had the kids race a few minutes ago, and we will have the junior race within a few minutes now. And you can see that the drivers are already close to their kart. They are allowed now to sit in the kart, and then we will have the starting procedure within few minutes, I guess. You know, it's quite hot, and you can see that all the drivers have take off the racing suit for the upper body. It's really hot, and for sure when you're wearing a black racing suit, it's getting hotter and hotter. But anyway, maybe the best solution is to wear a Canadian suit with a white livery. Voilà, on voit les pilotes qui sont en attente pour eh bien, démarrer cette procédure de départ de la Super Hit catégorie junior. Et on espère que tout ça est bien. On est sur, effectivement, j'ai fait une petite confusion, c'est pas les juniors, c'est les kids qui vont partir, puisqu'on va être sur la cérémonie de présentation, on est bien sur la finale, pardon, et non pas sur les super hits. Autant pour moi, c'est la chaleur certainement qui me fait dire des bêtises. Sorry, I apologize. We just saw the super hit few minutes ago, and we are close now for the kids ceremony starting procedure. Because we are now on the final race of the day for each categories. So we will see the ceremony kids procedure. They will be in order to be present in the front of the main stand, I guess. And we will have after the race, and I remind you that the race will be different from the qualifying and the super hit, because the race time will be 16 minutes plus one lap. 16 minutes plus one lap. So this is a driver ceremony for the kid category. And you can see that it's not a question of age, but a question of weight in this class, because you can see some difference of size and age. Voilà, on voit les pilotes qui se préparent pour la cérémonie d'ouverture de cette finale, catégorie Kids donc. avec notamment cette combinaison très particulière pour les pilotes canadiens, avec cette livrée blanche et ces feuilles d'érable qui donnent une connotation rouge au bas des jambes de la combinaison et au bas des bras de cette combinaison. « 30 pilotes au départ. Et vous voyez, des pilotes féminines également qui sont présentes. On en a aperçu au moins 2 dans cette catégorie. Et voilà la présentation des pilotes. Here they are, the driver presentation for this final for the kids category. All the 30 drivers will be presented in front of the main stand. Here they are, and we have a lot of different nations at the starting. We have Ukraine, we have Republic Czech, we have Switzerland, Italy, Germany, Austria, Japan, Spain, Polski, Belgium, Canada, France for sure, Great Britain, Greece, and all the drivers here are ready to fight for the best place during this final 16 minutes race time, and 1 extra lap for all these kids. Category 2 women in this class, and we will see who will be the fastest one. The super hits was for the kid was won by Livio Innocenti, the French guy. You can see all the fans and supports from the grandstand with the French flag, with the Canadian flag, and they will join to make a big group, just maybe for the picture, I guess. And we can have a round of applause for sure for all these kids involved in this race and this final. So here they are for the picture. Everyone is moving on the left side, just to be sure that the background is fine, and in front of the photographer. So if you are on the main stand, you can have a round of applause for all these young drivers. And it's very impressive picture from this. You can see all the drivers, all the kids. And it's over now for the presentation, and now they will be back to business, we can say, in a way. Back in the kart, back on the track, back on the fight, and back for the winning spot for sure, and maybe a podium finishing. So, all the drivers now are fixing everything. Helmets, racing suit, gloves. Everything seems to be under control now. And they will be waiting for the resurrection instruction, and then they will be on grid, and then fighting during 16 minutes race time plus 1 lap. Samuel Erdler, number 11. Number 5 is Sam Nigren. And we have number 7, Livio Innocenti, the French guy. We will be starting on the front row. And I guess he will have beside him, Aaron Riemersma. I guess Riemersma will start from the pole position due to the previous races. Even if he doesn't win the super hit, Aaron Riemersma was the only one, because he was the only one on the podium of each qualification races. He was on the podium of the super hit, so I guess it will be on pole for this final. Yes, it is number 15, Aaron Riemersma. Livio Innocenti will be on the second position alongside him on the first row of the grid. We have the first line of the grid, and we are waiting for the second one just to complete the starting grid. Here they are with Livio Innocenti first to be on the grid for sure. Whoa! And Sam Nigren start to warm up the tire. I guess it don't have to be more aggressive on the tire due to the heat today on the Alain Prost track. Temperature is quite hot, as already said, around 30 degrees, and I get the tarmac is almost at 40 or 45. So I get the tire's temperature will rise very quickly. That's the reason why also we saw a few races ago some adjustment on the rear tire pressure. Okay, so we will be focused on the first corner and just to see if the Dutchman will be able to make a good start, and for sure is on the lead. We saw the first corner, yeah, and I'm sure is on the lead. Aaron Riemersma is on the lead, and Livio Innocenti is taking the lead on the first right corner. He dives in the inside, and we have just behind the French guys Jack Thompson, the British guys, number 3. And it's quite strange. Aaron Riemersma lost several positions, because in third position we have number 5, Sam Nygren, and just behind him we have number 11, Samuel Erdelt. We saw that Samuel was pretty fast on the last race, on the superheat race, and look at this, he's trying to overtake and is successful overtake for the third position. Sam Nygren now is on 5th position. So now the best, I don't know if the best position is the leading one for Livio Innocenti, because now he will have the pressure from the other. We saw by the previous races that you can lead the group, lead the race almost till the end of the race, and then lose everything in the last lap. So we will see what's going to be this final race. But actually, Livio Innocenti and Jack Thompson try to make a breakaway. But we can see that Samuel Erdelt is not agree with this kind of view, and he had in his back bumper Sam Nygren. Sam Nygren is still present, but he had some. He's struggling just to be sure to be on the pace of the leader, but actually he's not so far from the 3 leading cars. And where is Aren Riemersma? Wow, he's only in 9th position. We will try to find him a little bit later, but for the moment, look at this. The 2 front cars are trying to escape from the pressure of Samuel Erdelt, but on the first braking zone and the first right corner, kind of hairpin we can say, Samuel Erdelt closed the gap and rejoined the 2 leading cars. And for Sam Nygren, it's a perfect move from Samuel Erdelt, because he was just behind the German driver. Oh, and it's an overtake move for Samuel Erdelt, who is now in 2nd position. Jack Thompson could not resist to this overtake, and now also lose the 3rd position with Sam Nygren, who dive inside the open door that Samuel Erdelt create. And it's not the worst place for Jack Thompson if he's able for sure to follow the pace of the leader of Livio Innocenti. But we saw on the previous races attack and successful move from Samuel Erdelt and Sam Nygren. And Sam Nygren took the inside on the right corner, and Livio Innocenti tried to get back in 2nd or leading position, but he failed. And actually, it's number 5 leading. Sam Nygren is taking the leading position from the leading group. And look at the back of the screen. There were 4, now there will be 6 for the win, for the battle for the win. Only one will be able to jump on the top spot of the podium. And at the inside, once again, Samuel Erdelt take the lead from Sam Nygren. And Livio Innocenti is in 3rd position. And behind Jack Thompson, we have Matti Saita Ragesheng within 5th position. And we also have Enzo Biseglia and Gustav Narvaez who joined the leading pack. So we have a small fight. I hope now everything is fixed for a few laps, and we will see if now Samuel Erdel, number 11, will be able to stand the pressure. Not an easy position for the final, when you feel the pressure from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys just behind you, just waiting for a small mistake, just waiting for a perfect move. But you have to be focused on your line and try to forget everything else. Not so easy. Voilà, un début de course plutôt bien décanté maintenant, avec cette passe d'armes qu'il y a eu il y a 2 tours. Et c'est désormais Samuel Erdelt qui mène les débats avec 5 pilotes derrière lui, qui lui impriment une pression de tous les instants. Pas facile pour le pilote allemand de résister, mais pour l'heure il faut qu'il se concentre sur son pilotage et qu'il soit le plus propre possible, ne pas commettre d'erreur, sinon derrière il y en a 3 ou 4 qui sont prêts à lui sauter dessus. Allez, so this is the final of kids category, and new move on the top of the chasing pack. Now it's Livio Innocenti who took again the second position. And on the third position, I guess it's again Jake. No, sorry, it's number 5. It's Sam Nigren. Jack Thompson, it's a little bit far away, far behind, but not so far. Oh! Hey, Samuel Erdel is trying to break away from his opponent, and Livio Innocenti is now driving and putting all the effort on the track just to be sure to close this gap, because he knows if he's not able to close the gap right now, I guess Samuel Erdel could drive away and fly away for the victory. I guess we will have a big fight between Innocenti Nigren and Mathis Aita Ragesheng on 4th position. They make the difference between the other pack, and a little bit far behind we have Jake Thompson, who is trying to close the gap. You get less than 1 second gap between him and Mathis Aita Ragesheng. It's not too big. Whoa, Mathis who tried to find the solution and dive inside the right corner and took the third position. Sorry. So we have now Samuel Erdel from Germany, and then Livio Innocenti and Mathis Aita Ragesheng for France in 2nd and 3rd position. But Sam Nigren is still hungry and wants to be back on the 3rd position. Actually, is not able to do this move, but wait for the end of the straight. No, the braking zone, it's not possible for him to try to overtake Mathis Aita. Mathis, who is still in 3rd position, try to keep his pace. And when Livio Innocenti look back over his shoulder in front of the race, we have Samuel Erdel, who is now building a a significant gap ahead of his opponent, Samuel Erdelt, with 1 second and 1/10 in front of Livio Innocenti and Mathis Aita Ragesheng. They are building a draft race. Oh, Mathis at the inside of the first corner and take the lead of the chasing group. Is Mathis Aita Ragesheng able to close the gap with the leader? We will see, because it seems that the kart number 10 is a little bit faster than the other. I mean the driver for sure, not only the chassis or the engine, because it's quite the same kart for everyone. And at the inside, Sam Nygren push away Livio Innocenti, but Livio Innocenti keep the inside line, maybe not for this turn. In this corner, is it out at the outside and lose 2 position. Livio Innocenti little bit upset because they lose a lot of distance between Samuel Erdel, for sure, the leader. Whoa. Livio Innocenti try to be back on third position, and he make an aggressive move, but it was a fair one, we can say. Aggressive but correct. And is now in fourth position, but they lose some time in this fight between Sam Nygren and Livio Innocenti. And at the same time, Samuel Erdel now, the gap is almost the same from the previous lap between Samuel Erdel and Mathis Aita Ragesheng, almost 1 second and 2/10. And the gap between the chasing group and Mathis Aita Ragesheng is almost 1 second now. So it's time to concentrate, to get the fastest line as possible. No more overtake if you want to. But they didn't hear me, I guess. And now it's Livio Innocenti who is back in third position. Livio Innocenti wants to be sure to get the podium position. It could be the third position now for Livio Innocenti. But as you can see, behind him we have 4 aggressive driver, hungry driver for sure. They want to get the last spot of the podium. In front, I guess for Samuel Erdelt, it's almost a win now, because we have 2 minutes left in the running time and 1 more extra lap. And you can see that Mathis Aita Ragesheng, it's not so close from the leader, and it will I will say it will not be able to maybe try to overtake the front man, but the gap is now closing. Mathis Aita Ragesheng grab 4/10 of a second in the last 2 laps, so it's not completely down, I guess, for the victory. We are now following the fight for the 4th, 5th and 6th position, but I guess in front of this pack we have 2 carts, 2 leading carts. Yes, here they are. And Samuel Erdel maybe start too quickly for his tires credit, we can say. And look at Mathis Aita Ragesheng, how she's trying to fire. Mathis Ragesheng, who is trying to find a solution, to find an open door on Samuel Erdel, who is now closing and taking a defending line. No, it's not It's not the correct line because now Mathis Aïta Regesheng is leading. It's taking the leading position. The kart number 10 is now in front of the pack after this perfect move. And now we need to see, yes, it will be the final lap. Final lap within few seconds now. Final lap for Mathis Aïta Regesheng. Will the number 10 kart will win from the number 11, France against Germany. It's not a football final, it's a kart final here in Le Mans on the Alain Prost track layout. And Mathis is looking over his shoulder. No, he doesn't wants to open the door. And Samuel Erdel still in second position, and he lose few meters, not enough maybe to be over the fight for victory, but he need to be back on the rear bumper of Mathis Aïta Regesheng, and it's a last part of the track, and maybe we can have a French victory here at the Alain Prost layout racetrack kart. And yes, it is. It's the victory for Mathis Aïta Regesheng in front of Samuel Erdel. And on the third position, we have Livio Innocenti. So two French on the podium. And Samuel Erdel will be on second spot of the podium. But what a race from Mathis Aïta Regesheng. Superb race. Yes. It's really impressive race. Really clever race. Not too much overtake, but the just correct overtake and at the correct time. Just to take the lead. 1 lap and a half before the end of the race. And Mathis Aïta Regesheng managed to keep this leading position till the check red flag. Congratulations to Mathis Aïta Regesheng. Congratulations to Samuel Erdel and Livio Innocenti, who will be joining the number 10 kart on the podium ceremony. I remind you that the podium ceremony will be held at 8 o'clock on the main paddock area, on the endurance paddock. Yes, it's for Mathis, it seems to be unbelievable. Look at the eyes of Mathis. Is far away from Le Mans in this. Look at the eyes of Mathis. It's quite impressive. Yes, you've done it, Mathis. You've done it. And Mathis Aïta Regesheng, superb winner. And we take a look to the highlight of this kids final.
to the European Le Mans Series? Here's what you need to know. The ELMS is Europe's top prototype endurance racing championship, featuring 6 4-hour races on iconic circuits. Teams of 2 to 3 drivers share each car, making teamwork essential from start to finish. 4 categories race together: LMP2, LMP2 Pro-Am, LMP3 and LMGT3, creating intense multi-class battles on track and providing a platform for both professional and amateur drivers to compete in endurance racing. In 2026, a record 47 entries and 9 manufacturers will compete for the European title, as well as a place at the legendary 24 Hours of Le Mans for the best teams in each class. With tickets starting from just €8, it's one of the most accessible ways to experience top-level endurance racing. And the absolute best part? You can catch all the thrilling action live and free worldwide on FIA WEC+.
Welcome to the 2026 SWS International Finals. On the legendary karting circuit of Le Mans. The ultimate battle.
We are back in Le Mans for the last race of the day for the junior category. We will have in few minutes the pilots sit in their karts, and it will be the last race of the day before the podium ceremony. I remind you that the podium ceremony will be held on the main paddock of the endurance race, so you will have to move to the international kart track of Le Mans, and we will do the podium ceremony with the big screen, the giant screen, and all the people involved in this junior and kids race day schedule. Anyway, we're still waiting for the grid to be fixed and all the cars to be fixed and prepared for this last final. Voilà, on prépare les derniers cartes pour qu'ils soient prêts à recevoir les pilotes référencés. Les voici qui rentrent d'ailleurs sur la pré-grille. Et ensuite, au terme de cette ultime course de la journée, eh bien, on retrouvera tous les pilotes de cette catégorie junior, mais aussi de la catégorie kids, pour la cérémonie du podium qui se tiendra sur le paddock central du Circuit International Kart du Mans, c'est-à-dire à côté de la course de 24 heures, d'endurance de 24 heures qui se déroule actuellement. So here they are allowed to take possession of their kart, and after putting the helmets on their seats, fix the seat and the pedals, they will go on the edge of the track just to be present for the driver presentation, and they will go in front of the main stand. And if you can hear me, I count on you for a big round of applause for all these drivers, all the junior category drivers. So when they will be in front of you, you could make a big noise and a round of applause for all these young drivers, men and women, as you can see. And it will be one of best moments in their life, actually, this grand final here in Le Mans. So they come in the front of the men's stand now. Voilà les pilotes qui se dirigent vers la piste pour être présentés à la tribune principale. Les 30 pilotes qui forment cette grille junior pour cette présentation et pour cette photo souvenir qui restera forcément un instant magique dans leur carrière. Here they are walking through the straight line in front of the main stand, and it will be for sure an important memories for all these drivers in their career. And for sure the memory will be better if they can get a spot of the on the podium. And if you can hear me, I guess you can have a big round of applause for all these young drivers coming from everywhere around the world. France, Germany, England, Sweden, Poland, Greece, Japan, Brazil, India, Portugal, Hungary, South Africa, Lebanon, Austria, Netherlands. So they came from everywhere from around the globe, and it's a very important moment in their career. And they will be delighted to maybe to find out the picture of this driver presentation. Voilà les pilotes qui sont regroupés pour cette photo. Encore une fois, ça vient de tous les pays autour de la Terre. Il y a évidemment des Français, des Allemands, ça vient de Suède également, d'Angleterre ou de Grande-Bretagne, de Pologne, de Grèce, du Japon, d'Italie, du Brésil, du Canada, de l'Inde, de Colombie, du Portugal également, de la Hongrie, d'Afrique du Sud, du Liban et de la Hollande. Donc voilà un plateau international ici au Mans. Et les pilotes qui retournent maintenant vers leur carte. Place à la course. So, the driver presentation is over now. They are walking back to their carts. And now it's time for racing. It's time to believe in your own forces and try to make the best final as possible. We will have on the front row number 11 Louis 19, sorry, why 11? 19 Louis Hôte from Switzerland, and the pole position will go to number 27, I guess. I have some problem to be sure to read the correct plate number. And you can see that everyone is really focused on details. Gloves, racing suit, just to be sure to be comfortable in the seat. Glove adjustment. Yes, it was okay. I have the starting grid now in front of me on my computer, and it was correct. It was number 27, Timothy Kushniruk. We will starting from Ukraine. We will starting in pole position. Louis Hôte will be on the second position. On the second row of the grid, we will have Mikos Roja and Christopher Giudizieri. On the third row of the grid, Sebastian Sajek and Tobias Zvieren. Ottilia Grandberga and Cameron Corca will be on the fourth. Fifth row for Adam Six and Elia Fegato. Sixth row for Nate Campbell and Sergei Anikanov. Sergei Anikanov was the fastest guy at the beginning of the afternoon, but lose some position during the last races. That's the reason why he's a little bit far away on this final grid. Yudei Kobayashi, who won the first race of the day, will be starting at where is he? Kobayashi will be starting in 12th position, and you can see that the drivers are now entering on the grid, on the starting grid. They try to make the temperature raise into the tires, but as I already said, the weather is quite hot today here in Le Mans, and the track temperatures may be over 40-45 degrees actually on the track, so I guess it will not be a problem to raise tires temperature in the first 2 or 3 laps for sure. But be careful not to be too aggressive at the beginning of the race, because we saw in the kids final that it could be a problem to get the grip till the end of the race. So everyone is in place. Now we take a look to the race director. He is in front of the grid, front of the first row, and we just waiting for a waving green flag. I remind you, 16 minutes running time and one more lap, and a perfect start for Timothy Kushniruk and Louis Hôte. Louis Hôte in second position, who took the second position directly in the rear bumper of the leader, and we will see what's going on this first lap. Will the driver stay calm and smooth, or will they start a big fight from the first lap to the last one? Actually, we have Timofey Kuchniku leading and trying to keep his car on the perfect line, giving much effort on the steering wheel. And we saw Louis Hutter almost at the same level at the leading kart, but not try to overtake, just keep his position. And in third position, whoa! He went wild. He went wild, Timofey Kuchniku, and Louis Hutter tried to dive into the inside, but was pushed away by number 17. I guess I need to be sure, but I guess it's number 17 who is now in second position. Sorry, so 17 is Mikos Roja. So we need to take a look, and I guess it's 17 on second position. Where is Louis Hutter, number 19? Is it in third or fourth position now? Because he went wild. Yes, he's fourth. And the third position, in third position, we have Christopher Giudizieri, the Italian driver. And just behind Louis Hutter, we have Sebastian Sazek, number 20, and number 16. Well, they start to fight, and it's not the correct way to close the gap between this chasing group and the leading one, because in the front, Timofey Kuchniku and Mikos Roja are escaping from the pack. Yeah, they already have maybe much more than 1 second gap difference. So we will see and wait for the end of the race, because now for Timofey and Mikos, the hardest part of the work is done. So now they have to be clever and to race together on a slipstream train and draft train, just to be sure that behind them they will not be able to rejoin. And now it's number 19, Louis Hutter, who is back in third position and try now to close the gap, but I guess it's already too late. I'm sure that Timofey Kuchniku and Mikos Roja will be very clever for this final, and will be not fighting too early in this final, just to secure their position and to be sure not to be catch again by the chasing group. Look at the draft train that they created. There are only two, but very clever riding style, driving style. And the gap is over 2 seconds now between these two guys and the rest of the pack. And Sebastian Sazek actually set the best lap time of the race. Sazek, who is now standing in 5th position, number 20, with the best lap time, 1 minute 865. And if Louis Hutter is not fast enough, I guess that Christopher Giudizieri or Sebastian Sazek will try to overtake him, just to be sure to get the correct pace. But Louis Hutter said, no, stay behind. We try to work together. It's the only way to be back at the front of the race. But for me, I'm pretty sure that it's maybe too late. Wait for the fight between Timofey Kurchniruk and Mikos Rurai. If the fight is starting too early, maybe the chasing group have a small chance, a slightly chance to come back. But if they are waiting for the last couple of laps, maybe the last 2 laps, it will be for sure too late. Look at the perfect move, perfect line. And Mikos Rurai is in the rear bumper of Timothy Kurchniruk, but doesn't want to take the lead. He just keep the pace, and he knows that is the perfect way to race, actually, just to be sure to manage constant gap on the chasing group. And behind on the chasing group, there is 2 other drivers who try to break away. Number 19, Louis Hutter, and Christopher Giutizieri. Number 21. Oh, and it seemed that Mikos Ruai tried to take the lead. No. He stand side by side with Timothy Kurchniruk. We can say that he was meaning to the leader that he is able to follow his pace and maybe to be a little bit faster. But look, the gap was over 2 seconds now, and we have to wait for the finish line. But now the gap is only 1 second and 1/10, because we saw that Mikos Ruai tried to maybe overtake Timothy Kurchniruk, and they lost some time. The gap now is half as it was 2 laps ago, and for sure Louis Hutter will have the extra motivation to close the gap for sure. Look at this at the back of the screen. Louis Hutter and Christopher Giutizieri are close to the leading group, closer than ever for sure. And number 16, Tobias Zvieren, also tried to be back on the rear bumper of Giutizieri. It's not so far from Giutizieri, but actually there is a small space, maybe 2 or 3 lengths of kart, just separates the 3rd and 4th driver to the rest of the pack. And yes, it's less than 1 second now between Mikos Ruai and Louis Hutter for the last race of the day. So for the victory, we were expecting a fight between 2 drivers. In fact, we will have a fight, and it's maybe a better way to end the day. We will have a fight between, I guess, 6 or 7 drivers. Louis Hutter is really fast, actually, even if it's not the fastest driver on the track. The fastest driver on the track is Tobias Zvieren. 1 minute 551 on the last lap for Tobias Zvieren, who is now in 5th position, number 16. And look at this. The gap is almost closed now. And what a race from Louis Hutter. Louis Hutter, who make the effort to be back on the lead. Here it is back on the lead, back on the rear bumper of Mikos Ruai. And now it's over. The gap is over. It's closed, and everything could change now. They have to rebuild and make the difference, but I guess it will be too late now, because Louis Hunter, Christopher Gudizzieri doesn't want now to let them fly away again, and it will be a big fight. We are only at 5 minutes and 30 seconds before the end of the running time. We will have an extra lap for sure. And look at Louis Hutter. Louis Hutter is trying to overtake at the inside, and he's managing the perfect line. Yes, on the end of this big right corner, right bend. Whoa! And behind we have a driver a little bit wild going into the grass. And look, there is a change. Not on the leading cart. It's still Timothy Kunchiruk. Whoa. Be careful, Mikos Roja, who cut the grass and rejoined the race. But he gained some position, so he have to slow down and be back at the chasing pack. And now Timothy Kunchiruk have to deal with Louis Hutter. Louis Hutter is very fast and very aggressive, motivated to take the lead. Will he succeed? I don't know yet. Look, he tried to make the same move as the previous lap to when he gets the second position, but now it's not on the second position for Louis Hutter because there is another guy who wants to play in the front, at the front, sorry. And it's number 23. Number 23, it's Elia Zegato, who is now in almost in second position. No, because Louis Hunter closed the door, smashed the door on number 23. And Louis Hunter said, stop to try to overtake. We need to be on the front cart, so please make a break, and then we will be able to rejoin the leading cart and take after the big fight again. 3 minutes to go. Whoa. It's a little bit wide behind the two leading carts. Yes, again with number 17, Mikos Roja, who is a little bit wide and is spending more time on the grass than on the track. So we lost some position for sure. Louis Hunter is on the rear bumper of Kurchniruk, Timofil Kurchniruk. Be careful at the first corner. Overtake at the inside for number 23, Elia Zegato. Tried to get the second spot from Louis Hutter, but Louis Hutter is now back in the second position. Whoa, it's a very aggressive end of the race. And for the moment, the guys who is quite lucky, it's Timofil Kuchniruk, because it's away from the fight. Louis Hutter was close to try to overtake him, but Elio Segato tried first to take the second position. That's the reason why Louis Hutter have to defend his position and not to be able to attack Timothy Kuchniruk. Maybe on this lap, because there is a small gap. He's taking the defending line on the first corner, but Louis Hutter finds a solution. He crosses the line, and it's now in a leading position. Louis Hutter is leading now the final of the junior category, and behind him there is a move on the third spot. It's now the 21, Christopher Gudizzieri, who takes the second spot. Not really. It was the second spot on the timing line, but not now on the track. The number 21 is quite wide on the track. Gudizzieri lost a position. Is third now and maybe fourth, because at the outside of this corner, no, it will not be able to overtake. And the 21
Gutizieri turned back, looked back over his shoulder and said, no, stop fighting. We need to go clever and we need to go ahead, but it's too late for the victory. We are only 30 seconds to go on the running time and one extra lap behind. It's real third world war on the track. We have every laps, every corner changing position. They swap position on every corner now, but it's the pack of the defeated one, we can say, because the victory is far away ahead. So we have to be focused on the leading group. I guess Louis Hooter is not on the leading group. What's happened? It's no. I guess it's the standing of the previous lap. We will be entering in the final lap within a few minutes. Yes, it is. It is number 19. Maybe yes. He gets a penalty. That's the reason why on the screen Louis Hooter is not leading. Actually, it's Timofil Kuchinuruk who is leading. He needs to have a 3-second break to be sure to secure the victory, but it will be impossible for Louis Hooter to manage this gap, and we will have the winner in the second group. It will not be Louis Hooter. Louis Hooter get a 3-second penalty for driving, aggressive driving, as said, and look at Timofil Kuchinuruk who let Elio Segato pass through. So it's confusing, yes, but in fact Louis Hooter will not be the winner. It's Christopher Gutizieri, the winner. Christopher Gutizieri will be the winner. Louis Hooter finishing second, and Elia Vegato finished third because there was a lot of penalty, 3-second penalty for number 30, for number 9, for number 19. So it was a real nightmare on the track, and it's a real nightmare on the race direction to be sure to have a fair race. And so here the result. The result is Christopher Gutizieri winner, Louis Hooter finishing second with a 3 seconds penalty, and Elia Segato, the Italian driver. So we will have 2 Italian drivers on the final podium, finishing third. So Timofil Kuchinuruk ending in 4th position. 5th position will be Tobias Vieren, and Mikos Rural will be 6th at the end of the race. And I guess Christopher Gutizieri doesn't know that he's the winner of the final. I guess he will be delighted when he will hear that he won for 0.2 of a second instead of Louis Hooter. So Christopher Gutizieri in front of Louis Hooter and Elia Segato. So 2 Italian drivers and a Swiss one for the podium of this junior final category. So here we are at the end of this race day. We have a very, very good race in kids category and junior category. What a race we have for the last race of the day. And it was a terrific battle. They were racing like hell, and we were very pleased to comment these races from you. You are very pleased to follow us on YouTube's channel. If you want to stay with us, you have to switch for the endurance channel now, because the 24-hour race is undergoing, and for sure we were very pleased to comment these races for you, and see you next year maybe at the same place. And wish you a very pleasant evening and a good night. And we will go now on the endurance channel. And don't forget, if you are present on the track, we have now the podium ceremony on the main paddock, on the main stand of the paddock. See you next year, and see you on the endurance race now. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the 2026 SWS International Finals. On the legendary karting circuit of Le Mans. The ultimate battle.